Now we have created the customer model. So now we should also need to create a new template, and we can call it customers. So let's do that. So we have our existing company.html template, but now we also want to create a new template for the customers, because we want to have these different pages. This is the front page for the Django project, and this is the front page for the company app, just a startup or page that introduces the company page. Hello, welcome to the company page, etc. And then we should have now create this new one called /customers that should list the different customers that are in the company or customer database or table, which is in this SQLite database. Then basically we need to create a new template. We can use this company as a starting point. So if you go to the templates here, we have this company.html. You can just make a copy here, and then you can call it customers.html like this, and then you see here also pops up here in Visual Studio Code, and then you can just change it. So it should not be company page, it should be a list of customers, and these customers are stored in the SQLite database. Hello, here is our customers or something, an introduction there. And then next we need to make sure that these customers are listed here on the web page. So then we can create something like this. And then, as you remember, in our model we have first name, last name, email, phone and address, and then there's a link here. So then this piece of code is basically a Django code or a Django tag. So basically just create a for loop here, iterating through all the customers that are in our database. And so far we have two customers, Elvis Presley and John Wayne. And then instead of customer name we need to use customer dot first name or something like this. So you can use that one as a starting point. So then basically that's the new template called customers.html, which is basically a new web page that gives a list of available customers for that specific company. And now when I try to refresh this URL here, /customers, it still is not working, because we also need to create a new customers view to make sure that this page is working. So we have created a new view called customers.html, and in order to make it work we also need to we was creating a template called customers.html, and in order to make that template work we also need to create a new view, and we can call the view customers. So let's go back to the code and create that view. So then we go back to our views.py, and here we have our previous view. We started by creating this company basic one, so this is no longer needed. Now we have this this company view, and now we should create a similar customer view. So then just call it customers like that, and then we can just use this generated code as a starting point. So all views need to have a request as an input, and a return should be a HTTP response like this. And now the template is in this customer in this one, customers.html. So we need to change it to customers.html. And now, compared to this view, which is very simple, it should just return this static web page that gives an overview of the company, while this new one, customers, should give an overview of the customers that are stored in our database. So then we need to add some extra code here. We can start by creating an object of that customer model that we have created here in models. So then this one. So here we have a class called customer, which is actually our model. So then basically we just create an object of that. So then customers equals to customer, which is our class, and then we need to return all the data from that one, then .objects.all like that. And we need also here in the HTTP response method, we need in addition to just, we still need to use this render function, but it has to have some input arguments, which should be context that we create here, which is basically our view and the request. So far, and this is the request, and we need to have it as an input argument here. And you see we get a warning here, it doesn't find our model which is in here, so we need to include it, and then from models import customer like this. And now you see it is working. I just put this code behind here like this. So basically that should be our new views Python function. So def customers, and then input should be a request, and then we create an object in order to retrieve all the customers from the database and our model that is here. And then we use this template and load the template from this template that we created, customers.html, that we have here, that are listing the available customers from the database and from the model. And then it returns this as an HTTP request like this. And if you now try to refresh this page, it still doesn't work, so the /customers doesn't work. So there's one more thing that we need to update in order to make it work, and that's the urls.py file in our application, in our Django application. So here is our Django application, then we need to find this here. So far we have created this /company, so this /company is working, but not /customers, because it is not included here. So then I can basically just copy that one and create the same for customers, and then views customers like that, and then name also customers like that. So that should be it. And now both the company /company should work and /customer should work. But let's test. So here we have the /company, it is working, and then we have the /customers. It is also working, but we are not so far not able to retrieve data from the database. And if we go back to our customers.html file, you see there's a spelling mistake here, because in our models it says first_name, and of course we also need to have first_name here. Now we can go back here, click refresh, and then you see the different first name are presented here as a list. So then we have Elvis, and then we have John. Typically we also want to have the last name, so then we can just include that one. You can copy that one, create like this, and then here. So here we have the first name, here we should have the last name. Then I just change it to last name like this. Click refresh here, and then you see we have Elvis, and I don't need this, just have a space or something. Click refresh, and then Elvis Presley and John Wayne. And then we could also easily include the other information here, like email, phone, etc. So let's see how we can include email. Then I can just copy that and then type email or something. And then instead of last name, I just use email like this. Click refresh, and then you see Elvis Presley has the following email address and John Wayne has the following email address. You could also add other types of information here that is part of the model, like phone, address in this case. So now we have actually created a complete Django app. So we have this startup page for the company that's just presenting the company, and then we just type the base URL / company, and then if you want to have details for the customers, you just type / customers, and then you get this list of customers from the database. I also see there's here in the title is company page. So let's go to customers here, change the title to customers page like this, and just click refresh. So then you have one page for the company and another page for the customer. This basic example just list the different customers that are part of our SQLite database. In the final part of this tutorial, I will also put this information into an ordinary HTML table, and also use Bootstrap in order to improve the graphical user interface.